Hello and a very good afternoon. I'm Chris and I live on the island of Unst in the Shetland Islands. It's been a week. Been very tired. Been getting up early for work and it's been windy and rainy. So it would appear autumn is here. So I'll show you what we've been getting on with. Well, it's been a fun sort of week. I was doing a bit of snooping next door and found an old tap connection. So we got that and took it apart. That's all brass because it's very old, and a tiny bit of copper, but the whole thing was brass. That's quite heavy. And then I took apart this fuse box. I thought the lid's already gone, but then I had the circuit breaker and all the little fuse things that were in there to take apart. And it's just as well I wasn't showing you because it took a little while. But we can weigh everything up, and I like a fuse box. I get quite a few of them up here because they're doing a lot of changeovers in people's houses from the old equipment to the new. So there's quite a few of them popping up here and there. This is a small one. I got the ones from the school the other week. But yeah, I've got a couple of large ones outside which need doing. I'm seeing how long it took me to do this one. It's not going to be an easy job. But I've got over 100 of they call RCDs, which the fuses and things go in. Well, that's not bad. I'll just get one to show you what I mean. So I've got over 100 of these, which is RCD, that's an 80 amp. Electrium Sales Limited, Walkmill Lane, Cannock, United Kingdom. So we still make things in the United Kingdom. They'll probably break in 5 minutes, but there we go. So we had half a kilo of copper from the fuse box, which is the main reason I like them. Let's just chuck the tap on there and we'll see what that is. That's half a kilo as well, just about. So we've got a kilo of, lovely kilo of brass. Where can I put that? Because I want to measure, weigh my copper. Let's put that. I can put it in my ongoing copper pot. And when I get a kilo, it goes in the big pot. So that can go in there for now. 1.5 kilos-ish. Leave that there. And we've got a fair bit of steel out of the fuse box, which is all this. It's all the little bits inside the RCDs. That's 378 grams. It's actually got more brass than steel. It doesn't happen very often. And then we got the copper. That's my favourite bit. Look at that. Oh, lovely. Lovely bit of copper. That bit on its own is 82 grams. And then all these little bits, which go in different pots depending on what it is. Like that'll go in transformer wire, if you can see that. Very small piece of copper wire. I can chuck these in with normal household wire. And that's like, this is all, might be able to get, well, it's number 2 copper, but it's nice stuff. So you'll get top price for those. And then we've got some copper which is coated. So always check with a magnet. I'll chuck those in there. And that's telling me 291 grams. There's just one other thing I needed to show you, which I've chucked these in here already, but they're quite useful things to have a little look at. I'll just put the light on. Oh, that's okay. We have these, which look like lovely pieces of nice shiny copper. So when you're taking these RCDs apart, they're just coloured with a copper colour. So always check them, because your yard will not be happy if you try and pass them off as copper. So that was 290 grams of copper. And then we got silver contacts. We're not going to weigh those, but I know some of you collect the silver contacts, and that was just in the one fuse box. I think there were about eight RCDs and a circuit breaker in there. So we could weigh it if we were 4 grams, 5 grams. Woo. And that goes in the silver contact pot. Try not to chuck them all over the floor. Yeah, there's quite a bit in there. Maybe one day I'll see if anyone wants to buy them off me. But we've got half a pot now. And then because I spent all that time micro scrapping, I had a little walk along the beach, and I found a nice piece of cable. It's not going to be bare bright in there. It's going to be, as you can see, there's seaweed growing off it. So it's been in the sea a long time, but it washed up on the shore, and you can see there's a couple of little bits of brass on the end, so they'll be okay. The brass will be nice, and I imagine the cable's going to be a kind of green or a black colour. So that'll go in with the dirty copper. But always keep an eye out wherever you're out and about. You never know what you'll find. It's a bit strange. I was looking in the sea, and there's lots of jellyfish, and there's millions and millions of little baby ones today. So I was lucky enough, found a piece of cable. So just a short one today, just showing what I got out of a fuse box. A shorter video is a lot better than the one that would have been me taking that apart. I'm sure you've all taken apart things like that, but it's nice to see what's in them, and a lot of the RCDs are different, so it's kind of luck what you get. Some have got a brittle plastic, and some have got a really kind of soft plastic, and they're much more difficult to take apart. But they were all good ones. So thank you for watching. If you've subscribed, thank you very much. If you haven't, why not? I'll send the boys around. Thank you for the comments and the likes, and I will catch you in the next one. Keep scrapping.